Aury Eats Bugs.
Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome to the very first episode of Aury Eats Bugs. Amazing. So what are we doing here? Wow, we're just chilling. I am in my little studio space. The sun is shining. We're over here in good old Canada. And you're probably wondering, what the fuck is this? Well, so am I. I've had an inkling to start some sort of YouTube show, and I couldn't find an MO, and it ended up being too much work. So I figured, hey, you know what I love to do? You know what I love to do? I love to ramble. So I figured, where is the best place to ramble? YouTube. And why is it called Aury Eats Bugs? I'm sure we'll find out one day, won't we? So the premise of this show is strictly going to be, there is no premise to this show. I like to talk about a lot of things. I like to talk about a lot of reporting. That's another thing. This is going to be non-edited. I'm going to switch over to my little friendy poo over here. How we doing? Just to kind of, switch it up a little aside. Keep it on your toes. Also, I can't talk very well, which is funny because this is what I'm going to be doing here. But I digress. What is going to happen here is I'm just going to talk. I am super interested in everything about life. I'm interested in politics, although I hate fucking talking about it, but I also love talking about it. But you can't even really talk about it anymore because everybody's so freaking divided, which brings me to the first thing that I want to talk about. Just from what's going on in the world and what's been happening for the last little while. And I just want to say, please, for the love of God, of Allah, of Buddha, of whatever, Jesus, of fucking Moses, smell the fucking roses. Pardon my French. Can we all just please stop it? Stop it. Stop. Okay? We're all better than this. All right? We're all better than this. I speak to people on a daily basis through, every part of my work, whether it be acting or I have my own handyman business as well. You can reach out if you want. Just talking to people and everybody, is fairly able to just talk amongst themselves, and there doesn't seem to be any animosity. I must be blessed because I don't feel that way, and even the people who I do disagree with, there has been some emotionally charged conversations, and I think that is what the issue is behind all this. Everything is emotionally charged. Everything is emotionally charged to the point of such a great divide, the most divide that I've ever seen in my lifetime. Now, I know that some people might not believe this, but this is the most peaceful time in our human history that we know of. I mean, we're not being chased around by swords. We're not getting hit by bow and arrows. Nobody's dropping, bombs on fucking a million countries. There are some atrocities happening in the world right now. Please do not misconstrue or misunderstand what I'm saying. I hate war. I hate war. I hate it. I think it's fucking stupid. I think that disagreements are going to happen, but there's no need to blow up people for your disagreements. There's no need to kill people because you disagree with them. That is not what we are supposed to do here. And that's what's been happening, and it's absolutely atrocious, and I hate it, and it bothers me to no end. But there's people out there that are celebrating these things, you know what I mean? And there are proponents out there that literally are in place to strictly make sure that there is always war. Always. And it's not who you think. And it's not even who I know. I don't know shit, man. I'm like a dude. I'm a dude talking to you on a couple cameras. You know what I mean? But we all just need to stop and think, stop and talk to our neighbor. How you doing? Stop and talk to our neighbors. listen instead of reacting. You know, if you disagree with somebody or somebody says something to you, do not automatically knee-jerk reaction that they're wrong because of your ideologies. Yes, ideologies are okay, you can have them. However, if somebody questions your thing, maybe take a moment to be like, why does this person think like that? Do you know what I mean? And you're going to come at me and say, oh my God, well, what about X, Y, Z? These people are speaking hate. Are they though? Are they? Or are you just regurgitating what clip that you've seen, you know, for 3 seconds that has been manipulated strictly to cause you that emotional evocation? Is that what's happening? Because I feel like that's been happening. Anyways, back to the point. Can we all just stop? There are forces that are at play right now, and you know, you can be mad at old fucking Donnie, you can be mad at Putin, you can be mad at Netanyahu, you can be mad at all these people, but these people are literally pawns strictly as divisive material. Strictly, okay? From the higher ups, you can call them whatever you want, the thems, the theys, and I don't mean the transgender people, I mean like the powers that be that control all of this shit. And come at me all you want, but like, follow the money, follow the corporations, all this shit. And all these pawns are being put in place to divide people because guess what? What's the oldest trick in the book? Divide and conquer. Divide and conquer. Come on, man. Like, it's what's happening. It's what's been happening. It is what has been happening. Because the people, excuse me, right around, you know, 2011, 2012, people started coming together. The people started coming together. Does anybody remember that? Anyone? Occupy Wall Street, the Tea Party. Look at, also, I'm not showing any clips or anything like this. I want to evoke some questions in yourself so you can go and look shit up and not just read the headlines. Also, I'm not editing any of this stuff out. The throat clearing and all this stuff, because that's just what happens in real life. And that's another thing as well. I want to be as real as possible. I love AI. I think it's super fucking cool, but like, I'm tired of seeing all these AI things all over, everywhere. Feel me? But yeah, just over about 10 years ago, you see, you know, these two people, these two political kind of groups that, you know, are still separate, but are coming together to fight the above, because they saw some crazy shit going on. The 2008 crisis, you know, was a big catalyst in all these things, because they're like, what the fuck is going on, man? What is happening? These people, it was real estate in the States, but these people willingly and knowingly fucked over people for subprime mortgages and all this shit. And they all knew, everyone knew. Do you know what I mean? What was happening, and they still went for it because it was money, it was profit, until that shit went boom, busted, bro, busted. So everybody's like, yo, what the fuck? And then they got bailed out. So everybody's like, what the fuck is happening? We need to go after these massive things, because we can't do that. Like, we're paying, like, taxpayers are paying for this shit, for this bailout and blah, blah, blah. I don't think so. So they started to come together. Man, oh, hey, you know, racism always still exists, but let's fucking, you know, these people are coming together. What can we do? Oh my God, let's get racism back into play, like fully, okay? Let's, you know, transgenderism is obviously very prominent now. It wasn't when I was younger or whatever. People, you know, I have no problems with that. I think it's great, just saying. But people started fighting about this stuff. Do you know what I mean? And it's not the fact of like that stuff never existed in history or doesn't, but it's just gone out of control, man. Do you know what I mean? And maybe it's just eyes are opening to see the reality of it, or we're being forced to think this way from, sorry, mainstream media, but y'all are at fault for this. Y'all are at fault for all of that's happening right now. All this shit, man. Do you know why? Because you're perpetrating these fucking lies strictly for 1, ratings, 2, for division, and 3, control for whoever's paying you, for whoever's your bankroll and all this shit. And you know that. You know that. And everybody knows it. And I just wish people would open their eyes and just look around and maybe go hug your enemy for a moment. Just hug, hold each other. I know it sounds not disgusting. I was going to say disgusting. It's not disgusting. It's good. Go hug your enemy. Hold somebody. Stare into their eyes for a sec. Do the 2-minute thing where you just gaze into somebody's eyes. And I guarantee it'll change your aspect of them and your own reality. Because we're all human beings here. All of us. All of us. Except for the scummy people I'm talking about who are fucking ruining everything. I don't know what those fucking things are, but they're definitely not human. But all of us are human beings, and we need to come together and stop being so divided. We have more in common with each other than I think that we know or are being told. What a first episode, hey? All right. Love you guys. See you next time. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
That's my opinion!